Hello everyone, welcome to Tablestory's Patreon launch. I could have added that in after. We're giving away lewds and nudes. Not really. That's a comedy. Let me tell you a little story. A little while ago, myself and fellow Twitch streamer Tablestory decided to make Tablestory, a place where we all play D&D and other TTRPG games and hang out. Originally it was just a name so that we had somewhere to put all of these shows in one place. However, it's been doing really well and we really enjoy making it, more than most other things. So we brought in Wax Steven as another DM, and between the three of us we decided to try and make Tablestory a little bit more proper. Sorry, I'm from Victorian London, I can't help it. Essentially, we've moved everything from just being a bunch of scattered random shows to one place, and now we're gonna monetize the hell out of it. The idea is to basically boost production value and quality and content, and also to provide some things that you guys can have and covet and keep forever. Yes, coveted. The most logical next step for something like Tablestory to make is to set up a Patreon page, which is what we've done. If you don't know what Patreon is, it's kind of like a crowdsourcing thing. It's a subscription platform that you sign up to and you can support Tablestory on a monthly basis at various different tiers. But instead of it just being kind of like a one-time donation and you wave goodbye to your cash, we are able to give you stuff back. That's what I'm here to talk about today. So if you head over to patreon.com/tablestory, you'll find all of the information that you need, but I'll go through it real quick here, why not? And the idea that we had behind the tiers in general is that it was always going to be something that you could use in your own games. At the moment, it's definitely tailored towards helping you run your own games at home. It's tailored towards GMs. The idea that you get battle maps and campaign supplements, NPCs, monsters, a GM podcast with GM tips, character sheets, that kind of thing. The idea is that you will be able to just use us to create a campaign or just to help you out. Not everyone has got the time to sit at home and create these things or think of these things or build these things at home with your work or your kids or your schools. So the idea is that at the moment it's definitely tailored towards helping you GM and run your own shows, because I thought that would be the best way to give back for now. Do let us know if you've got ideas for things that you might want to see included, because this is just the beginning and we're happy to pad this out with even more stuff. I'm sure you generally know how this all works, but let's have a look at the different tiers. Tier 1, $1 per month, will give you access to the Patreon feed, to the Patreon poll, and we're now building an MP3 archive. Finally, I know a lot of people have been saying to us,
"Oh, please, can you give us MP3s of these shows?"
The main reason that we haven't been able to do that up until this point is that we just don't have the manpower or the justification to put that many hours into doing something like this, because it's just taking time away from our personal lives. Like, I want to sit and watch TV and eat popcorn, but I can't because I'm slaving over MP3s. Well, now I can, for $1 a month. If you support the $1, you also get access to a one-shot adventure that I created myself. You're welcome. It's a one-off thing. Yeah, there isn't going to be a one-shot every month, but if you support at any level, even if it's just $1 for 1 month, you'll get that one-shot adventure and you can just download it and play it. It's called Into the Wheel Death. It looks very shiny. Very shine. Just as an FYI, if you choose to support at a higher tier, you do get all of the tiers beforehand. So for example, if you do support at the $3, you will get the one. If you support at the $250, you'll get all of them. $3 a month will earn you character sheets and character backstories from all of our shows, as well as the official Tablestory character sheets in a PDF form. So we thought it would be cool if we gave you guys the actual character sheets of the characters in the shows, because then you can look at them or play them or hand them out as pre-mades in your own games at home. We also built a Tablestory character sheet that you can print off and fill in or use to, if you want. The $5 tier will give you access to the monthly GM chat podcast with myself, Tablestory, and Wax Steven. Essentially, all the Tablestory GMs are going to be sitting down and just talking for an hour about something GM related, something that we want to talk about. For example, we might sit and be like, hey, today let's talk about how you build a villain, or how do you populate a town you know, that kind of thing. We're going to sit and do that for an hour, and if you support us at $5, then you'll be able to download that and listen to that every month. Supporting at $10 will allow you to create an NPC that will be added to a list for our shows. So essentially, you could just write yourself into one of our shows, or your mum, or your best friend, or your dog. I've written my dog into campaigns before, okay? Don't be ashamed, okay? The $25 tier gives you access to a bunch of custom monsters that we've created for the shows, as well as random ones that we're just going to create for you for fun. The idea is that eventually, if you support at this tier, you'll basically have your own Tablestory monster manual. At the $50 tier, every month you'll get a battle map pack, which is literally what it sounds like, a bunch of battle maps for use at home, or you can drag them into your virtual tabletop and use them there. And you'll also get this thing that we're calling cannibalized campaigns, which is essentially parts of our campaigns that we're releasing as a supplement, essentially, and you can just take them and use them in your own campaign at home. It might be something like a town or a quest or a travel exploration chart with random encounters, whatever those things are called. I'm a professional DM. So again, supporting at any tier nets you all the stuff at the lower tiers as well, which essentially means that if you support the $50 tier, you'll get everything. So on the website, you'll see a couple of higher tiers, and we have long-term goals as well. And thanks for watching and hanging out and sticking with us through the last couple of years, and also this transition into our next stage. This is truly Tablestory 1.0, if anything. And we really appreciate you guys watching and enjoying the shows. And if you can't support us monetarily, that's fine. The shows are still completely free to watch live and free to watch on the VODs on Twitch and on YouTube. And we love just seeing you guys hanging out and chatting in the comments on YouTube or in the chat live. So please do continue to hang out with us. It's perfectly cool. But if you want to support us in some way, then we'd love that support, because this is just what we love to do. And yeah, head on over to patreon.com/Tablestory. All of the money that we're raising on the Patreon is going straight back into the show itself, back into Tablestory. None of it is going into my pocket for candy. Maybe one candy bar, maybe one. No, one. What about one candy bar? Just, yeah, but like one. Thank you very much for hanging out with us, and thank you if you're considering supporting us on Patreon. We really appreciate it. Thank you for being part of this community. And last but not least,